allow you to ask a question. Ernesto Amador. Go ahead, Ernesto.
Shane, good to see you. Congratulations for the victory. How it was to fight, like you mentioned, almost a year that you are not having activity, but how difficult it is now to fight with not too many sparring partners, a different way to fight, no people around. How was the experience and how difficult it was?
It was very different. I mean, you usually you get the feeling of the crowd and stuff like that. Sometimes, you get that kind of like sparring feeling in there. But ultimately, it's a fight. Obviously he came to fight. And I thought it was a good fight, good performance by me. But I definitely need to add some more to my game. Putting some punches to the body and things like that. Just kind of elevating the game because of course in this division there's more competition and higher competition. So I just gotta up my game. But it was a good way to knock off some of the rust and to get back in there, and hopefully we can get back in there soon.
Thank you again. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ernesto. Again, if you'd like to ask a question, just please raise your hand on the function. I'll let you go.
Shane, congrats on the win tonight.
Thank you.
Obviously, with the middleweight division is one of the most stacked in boxing. Within Golden Boy itself, obviously the king itself is Canelo, but you have also other fighters, Trent Johnson, Jason Quigley, possibly Hamid McGill as well. These are the type of names that you want to take on now working with Golden Boy?
Absolutely. I want to become a world champion, so I definitely want to take on these people. I've talked to my team about potentially going to 154. We'll see how it goes. But right now, obviously I fought at middleweight, so we're going to talk about the middleweight division. I would love to fight any of those guys. That if that's the way I have to go in order to become a world champion, that's the way that I go. So we just got to work our way through the division and do our best and show good performances like we did today.
Last question for me. How was the experience, obviously being in the bubble, working with Golden Boy Promotions, obviously dealing with the whole COVID-19 from a different fight compared to now? How was it overall?
It was difficult. Luckily, I had the experience of the Contender. So, I got to be, secluded and bubbled. We had to do different things like that for the TV show. So that was a good experience as far as that's concerned. But, obviously it's a hard experience. You're being away from everybody. You got to, do certain things, and then there's no crowd, so you can't get that feeling of the crowd and things like that. So it's a little difficult, but overall, I think I did, my best, and, I want to be back in it.
Definitely. Thank you, Shane.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody. Now, if you want to ask a question, just use your function where you raise your hand. We have Gabriel Avila next to ask a question. Gabriel, go.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Gabriel.
Hey, how's it going, guys? How are you, Shane? Congrats on a great performance tonight. Obviously, you made your announcement here in the middleweight division. Now, being that this is your next time on a Golden Boy card, you got to bump up to the co-main event. Regardless of how the circumstance of how it happened, you put on a great performance. How did it feel being co-main event on an event like this, especially the first card back?
Oh man, it was such an honor. I mean, to have my first fight with Golden Boy as a Golden Boy fighter, and then to be bumped up to the co-main event, it was pretty surreal experience. Like when I heard the news, I was so happy and excited. Obviously I wanted to put on a good performance, and hopefully, the people at Golden Boy and everybody watching felt that it was a good performance. I thought that it was a pretty decent performance, and hopefully I get the opportunity to put on more good performances and get this same opportunity.
Right on. Great to hear. And then I had one more question for you that I wanted to ask. You showed off a lot of different sides of your game in this fight. You brawled and you banged with him when you had to. You also showed great ring IQ, sometimes taking your step back, setting them up for bigger punches and things like that. How comfortable did you feel with the preparation for this fight and with all the new circumstances in your camp and stuff like that?
Oh man, I felt very comfortable in there. Working with my coach Justin Gamber, getting different looks. Honestly, just years and years of all of the experience, just accumulating, through training with my dad, being my trainer, brother Nazim, Justin Gamber, Eric Brown, all these guys that have kind of cultivated my game and just putting it all together. And I think that my current coach Justin Gamber has done a very good job at getting me to put it all together, and we're working on making it even better, so that when I come out there I can have an even better performance and show the people what I'm capable of.
Right on. One more question, as long as obviously I know it's a tough subject. Brother Nassim did pass recently. Obviously condolences. I know he was obviously a big part of your life, a big part of your father's life. How did you feel? How did you feel? Just kind of how did you feel? Kind of getting this news and then also having to perform tonight as well.
Well, I'll say something that I told my team, because my team was the first people to tell me. And Brother Nazim was an incredible trainer. And when we were in the gym training and somebody gave him a phone call, right? It could be his wife, it could be anybody, right? It could be anybody in the world. And if he was training with somebody, no matter who it was, he would answer the phone and say, "Working," and hang up. So I took that into consideration. Right now, he would want me to say, "Working, get this job done," and then we can get to grieving and everything else afterwards. But right now I have a job, and he would understand that more than anybody, and I know that. So he would tell me, "Working," and keep on working, and that's what I did.
Awesome. Those are truly great words. I think they really echo the spirit of him, and that's really all the questions I have. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Next, we have Marcos Villegas. Take it away.
Marcos, what's going on, brother?
Hey, Shane. How's it going, man? Congratulations on another victory. Touching on the last question, I wanted to know, did you get a chance to talk to your dad about what he felt you showed in there tonight?
I haven't got a chance to talk to him yet. I'm sure I'll get a phone call from him pretty soon, but I haven't yet. Hopefully he watched. Hopefully he liked it, but I haven't got a chance to talk to him yet. I mean, my phone's been blowing up, so he might have texted me or something, but I haven't got anything yet.
Was it hard for you not to have him there?
No. To be honest, I know he's there with me in spirit. You know what I mean? Like, he's with me all the time. You know what I mean? My dad is there with me all the time. I grew up with him, so I have his sayings, his words with me all the time. But this is my thing. You know what I mean? I'm trying to create my own career. I'm trying to create Shane Mosley Jr.'s career. So if he's here, if he's not, I got to do me. I got to do my best. Like Brother Nazim said, I'm working.
And touching on Brother Nazim, did you get a chance to talk to your dad about him passing away? Could you share like any of his reactions or anything that he wanted to partake to let everybody know about him?
No, I haven't talked to him about that. We did talk when he first kind of went to the hospital, just about kind of him going into the hospital and things like that. But we haven't had a chance to talk about anything particular as far as Brother Nazim is concerned.
All right, thanks, Shane. Appreciate it.
Appreciate you. Get Gabriel Avila, because he's been waiting for a while.
He already did it. He did? He's just asked.
Okay,
yeah.
my bad.
All right, we're gonna move with Albert Baker.
Okay.
Albert.
Shane, how are you? Good job tonight.
Thank you.
So you just beat Ramos. You've been off for a little while. Training. How was training during the pandemic? Was there any type of adjustments that you had to make?
Obviously, man, we had to make a lot of adjustments because of social distancing, wearing masks, and things like that. Everybody's cautious right now, so not many people want to spar or things like that. Just a lot of things to take into account, but we did what we had to do. My team, my coaches, everybody, we did everything we had to do in order to get this victory, whether it was training at the park or meet up with people, whatever. We got it done. So it was difficult, but we do what we got to do.
You had some time off. You got to come in. You got some good rounds with a good guy. What about how you performed? Do you think you need to work on moving forward?
I definitely think I had to probably made this fight a little bit harder than I had to, as far as trying to knock him out so badly. I think if I would have took my time a little bit better, placed my shots a little bit better, I probably would have had a better result. And just kind of calm down. But overall, I think just sharpening up, and I think that will come with more fights. And hopefully we can get more fights. We can get more active, and so that my last fight was almost a year ago. So
long time.
Yeah. So trying to get it all together, sharpen up those skills, and I think more activity, the better it'll be.
All right, thanks a lot, brother.
Thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks, Albert. Just going to admit a few more people on. Again, if you have a question, just raise your hand by using the function he already did, but we're going to ask again. Albert just finished.
Okay.
What about Cynthia?
Cynthia. Let's ask her.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hi, congratulations, Shane. Welcome to the Snack family. I just wanted to ask you, Sergio Mora kept saying, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I wasn't sure. Sergio Mora kept saying that the one thing that was bothering you throughout probably your career after Contender is your mental game. And I noticed you were a little stiff. Were you a little nervous coming out of a pandemic for this fight? What was going on in your mind tonight?
I think just the nerves of wanting to do my best work, get a knockout, all of these things that we kind of put on ourselves as fighters, and to be kind of away from the ring for a while, had an effect, I think. But I think once I calm down, once we get some more fights, I think that will most definitely help the rust and help calm down and become sharper. And
how do you rate yourself? How did you rate yourself tonight?
I would say B-.
I'm sorry, what?
B-.
B-.
Yeah. I got 8 rounds basically on all the cards, 8 to nothing, but I could have done better. You know what I mean? And B- I think would be good.
Okay. And lastly, you've changed trainers. You have moved your camp up to Vegas. What have you learned? What's different now for you?
I just learned the significance of having a really solid team. My team right now is a championship team. I have a championship team, and they believe that I will become a champion, and I believe that I will become a champion. So we all have the same goal, and I think we will get to that goal. Just sharpening up, just getting more fights, and becoming great.
Well, congratulations. Thank you.
You.
Perfect. Do we have anybody else? I'm going to mute everybody. All right, again, if you want to ask a question, raise your hand. We're going to move forward with Abraham Gonzalez, and I think we'll end with that.
Thank you, Andrew.
Hey, Shane, how you doing?
Hey, brother.
Hey, how's it going? So given the situation, how do you think, where do you think you're at right now? Do you think you're in a situation where you fight maybe 2 or 3 more times before the end of the year? Do you think maybe once more before the end of the year, and then you really step up the level of competition next year? What do you think? Where do you see yourself right now?
Bro, I want to fight as many times as I can this year, and then next year we'll step up the competition. I'm a fighter. This is what I do. You know what I mean? This is my job. This is how I make a living. This is how I feed my family. This is how I feed myself. So I want to fight as many times as I can. and then we'll bump up the competition or whatever. But I want to get all I can, all of the experience, all of the knowledge, everything that I can. And the only way you can do that is by work.
And out of the champions at 160, who do you think your style meshes better with, and that you would because styles make fights, that would be a better fight for you down the road?
Honestly, I think I have the skills to deal with them all. So, I mean, honestly, any of them. When we get to that point, we'll when we get to that road, we'll cross the bridge. But right now, we got to work on getting to that point. We got to work on, I'm not at the point to fight for a championship just yet, but I will be. So when I get to that point, I'll talk about all the guys that I match up with. But right now, we gotta get fights and grind to get to that point.
Last question, and I know some folks, they probably discounted your opponent tonight. They saw him a little flabby, but he was a little tougher than what he may have appeared to be initially, right?
Yeah, he's a tough dude, scrappy. I think if I would have settled down a little bit, I definitely would have got a better result. But that comes with time. That comes with experience, and like I said before, I've been off for a year, just about. So I gotta work on settling down and being sharp with my punches. But it is what it is. He was a tough dude, and he got through it.
Thank you, Shane, for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody. Thanks. Everybody, just stay on the line. We're going to move on to Vergil right now. Just stay on.
Very good. Very good.
You were our first ever roundtable. Social distance photo? Social distance photo?
That's kind of photo. Yes.
Okay. All right, everybody. We are joined here by the WBA Gold welterweight champ Vergil Ortiz for questions. Again, if you have questions, just raise your hand. To utilize that function, go to the More section on the bottom right-hand side. Click Raise Your Hand. Otherwise, I might not be able to see you that you're raising your hand. If you have, if it's an emergency, you really need to raise your hand, and you can't do it on the thing, just text me. But please use the function where you raise your hand. We're going to start with Albert Baker, who's queued up #1 on our list. Albert, take it away.
Vergil, congratulations. Good fight.
Thank you. Thank you.
So boxing in the pandemic, how has it affected you? And was anything different or weird in camp, or were there things that you normally do that you weren't able to do with this COVID thing going on?
Well, to be honest, it's like I'm on lockdown all the time when I'm in California anyways. The gym is literally in the backyard of our GBA camp house. When I go run, I just leave the house and I run the trail that's right there. When I eat, I literally have a chef that that cooks for us there. So I'm in the house all the time. There wasn't really too big of a difference, and so there wasn't really anything to get used to. It was the same.
When Shane was up, he had mentioned that it was a little bit difficult to get sparring partners. Was it difficult for you to find people to spar with? Was it hard to bring other people in? Because there's only so many people there at our GBA. And who did you spar with?
It wasn't hard to get sparring, but the sparring that specific sparring, probably, yeah. I mean, those sparring partners for me I sparred Hector Tanahara. I sparred Leo Ruiz. He fights under Mikey's promotions, and I sparred someone else. I don't want to offend him by forgetting who he was. Hold on, who did I spar? Oh, Marinez, Jackson Marinez. He's I think he's from Dominican Republic. Also a great fighter. But other than that, the sparring was great. I can't complain.
And the last question is, Robert had to obviously step out. Your father, I believe, trained you since you were a little kid. Was there any concern from you with not having Robert tonight?
No, to be honest, my dad. My dad pretty much, he's my coach. He's known me all his life. He's been in my corner this whole time. He knows who I am better than anyone else, and although I would have loved to have Robert in the corner, I'm still in great hands with my dad. He knows me better than anyone. He knows what I'm capable of, and he knows all the stuff I need to work on. He knows when it's time to turn it up and all that stuff. So, I mean, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Okay. Thank you. We'll let some other people get in here.
Thanks, Robert.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're going to take it away with Ernesto Amador. Go ahead, Ernesto.
Hey, Vergil, first of all, congratulations. And let me start with this. What is your opinion about Samuel Vargas? Because he showed balls during the fight.
Yeah. No, I'm glad he didn't actually show me them. But he's he was a great fighter. He's very tough. He could take a punch, and he was very smart.
And in the opposite side, how can you describe your fight tonight? Tu pelea, ¿cómo la describes? Si puedes hacer un poco de Spanglish. How do you describe your fight?
My fight, mi pelea estaba muy, ¿cómo se dice? Interesante y con mucho emocionado. I don't know how to say exciting. Emocionado.
Emocionado.
And it was great. I felt like it was a very fan-friendly fight. I'm gonna watch it right now when I get to my room, and I hope everyone enjoyed it.
And finally, you are ready to fight before these two horrible 2020 ends?
Oh yeah, I hope that I can get another fight, and definitely that's the plan. And against whoever, I'm ready for anyone.
Thank you, Vergil. Congratulations again.
Thank you. Gracias.
Thanks again, everybody. Again, if you want to ask a question, raise your hand. We have a few people who are ready. We're going to take it now with Rigo. 1 second.
Vergil, congrats on another knockout victory.
Thank you.
You made it no secret. You going after those big names, Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao. Looking at the promotional companies, it could be difficult to make. What is it that you have to do, or Golden Boy has to do, to get you those fights? If it's not Errol Spence, Manny Pacquiao, is it possible to get a Keith Thurman, a Danny Garcia type of fighter?
I believe so, because my ranking is already high. It's only a matter of time before a sanctioning body of the belts just says I'm a mandatory for someone for a belt, or they're gonna make me fight. Eventually, these guys are gonna be forced to fight me, whether they want to or not. I'm not gonna take any prize. Like, I don't want to fight you. I'm gonna pay off. Nope. It's great to get money like that, but it'd be more of an investment just taking the fight and opening up more doors.
Realistically, who's the number one at that list?
And how do you say, like, number one in the welterweight division?
Yeah, no. Realistically, who's your target? Let's say the dream match. I know you mentioned in the past the dream matchup will be Errol Spence, the Dallas Cowboys. But if is he the number one target?
I would say that there's three of them. It's for me, they're the big three in the welterweight division: Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, and Porter. I believe that those fights are probably the most how do you say logical fights to make. They're not necessarily champions right now. They can't pick and choose who they want to fight, and I just think that they're interesting fights to make. I think that everyone would love to see those fights.
Lastly, being headlining Golden Boy's return after dealing with those COVID situations, what does it mean for you, as a fighter, for your legacy, to be that first fighter to come back?
Oh, it means a lot. I'm glad that they entrusted me with this fight. I knew that they were gonna put me in with someone hard. I specifically tell them I don't want an easy fight. I want to be put in there with the best. I need all the experience that I can get. This guy proved that he can take me to the second half of the fight. Went to the 7th round for the first time, and I'm happy that they believe in me.
Thank you, Vergil.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rigo. We're going to move on to our next speaker. It's going to be Cynthia Conti. Take it away.
Hi, Vergil. Congratulations.
Hi. Thank you.
Big win for you. They said earlier, I know that you had this 15-16 punch onslaught, and your dad said that's not the game plan. What happened? Did you get a little too eager to knock him out? The plan was to break him down. What happened there?
When was that?
I think it was like the 2nd, 3rd round. I mean, you did it. Yeah, you went in on him.
Yeah. But the plan was to basically keep him out, keep my range, and not let him find his. and maybe I thought I had him hurt. I don't really remember because I thought there was plenty of times where I did like 15. But the plan was just to keep him out and to not let him get comfortable inside, because that's what his game plan was in the first place, to try to make me uncomfortable. And so I just had to make him feel like he didn't know what to do, and to do that I was supposed to keep my range, and I guess I might have got a little sidetracked.
He is a veteran, and he showed his tactics, and you see you didn't go down. What did you know? Are you drinking Coca-Cola? Is that your little treat for today? It's all right. No one saw it. You deserve it. But what did you find that was difficult about him that you couldn't get him down until towards the very end?
The only thing that was difficult was that he could take a punch. I mean, I could hit him anytime I wanted to, literally. But he could take a punch, and he had a hard head, not going to lie. And, his arms were big. It was at sometimes it was kind of hard to hit him in the body because he did have some beefy arms on him, but I mean, other than that, it was just that he was tough. That's all I can say.
Did he burp in your face, or because I saw that on Twitter? He did.
He burped, and I'm like, dude, come on. And he said, it's that chicken. That's what the fans need. Like, that's cool. All the fans heard that, and different. It was fun.
And then on your post-fight interview, after you just left, Sergio Mora said he would like to see you in with your Dennis Ugas. If you don't get the 3 that you want, would you be game for that fight?
Definitely. Ugas is a very talented fighter. I feel like he's very underrated in the welterweight division. He probably beats a lot of these guys. I would even say he's probably in the top 3 or 4, including with the champions. And you know what? I would love to make that fight. I have a ton of respect for him, and I'm sure that he would like to fight as well.
And lastly, when are you going to grace us with your IG live again? Thank you for playing Enter the Sandman for me by Metal. How many you can play on the fly? It's crazy. It's crazy.
I just been opening up my my sound range or whatever. I've been trying to learn a little bit of everything, but I need to start learning full songs, so I can play the whole thing.
Well, you did a great job. I mean, trust me, it's like Vergil's karaoke night. It was good. Thank you so much. Well, congratulations to you, and give my best to Robert and the team and your family. Stay safe. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you, Cynthia. We're going to move next to Marcos Villegas.
Can you hear me? Hello?
No.
No? Hey, what's up, Vergil? Congratulations. Cheers on a good performance. How was the experience walking out, going to the arena, and then actually fighting with no one there now that you've been through it?
You know what? It wasn't too big of a deal. It was. I mean, it's different. Obviously, different atmosphere and all that. But honestly, Golden Boy's like my family. They were cheering me on anyways, and it felt kind of like sparring, but it's just more competitive with more a lot on the line. So I knew what I was in for. I kept my head straight. I knew what was going on. I mean, other than that, it was the same. It still felt like a fight.
So there was nothing that you didn't expect that happened, or something that you were like, oh, okay, like I wasn't expecting this from this experience?
No, to be honest, I didn't really. When I'm fighting, it's me and my opponent and my team, and I could hear my team a little more vividly. I could follow their instructions a little better, and I mean, other than that, yeah, it was the same pretty much.
I know other fighters, even in MMA and on the other shows, have said that they are able